Hello and welcome to another session of Crafting Unscripted. I'm Katherine from Katherine Learn Stuff, and we are here today to do another unscripted craft. And so before we get started, I'm just going to wait for everyone to log in because it takes a few moments sometimes for me to see anyone online. But I wanted to quickly apologize. Again, I'm sick. So when you have kids, they have these abilities to gather germs and gather more and more germs. And so I'm sick again. So if I start to cough, I'm sorry. I've got my faithful tea here with me like I always do to help me make it through the coughing spurts. So let's get started. So today I've got some, I don't know, let's call it some maintenance sort of stuff to do around the house. My daughter and I, let me show you here, have worked on this bead-art thing. And so she really likes to do these, and I like to help her. And I may have done a little bit more of this one than I should have because it got done in probably a weekend instead of the 2 weeks that the activity should have normally taken us. So I apologize to my daughter, but it's finished. And now it's been sitting on my counter of things to finish, and we have to frame this. So I've actually got a frame for this, and I have like a million of these IKEA frames. It's nothing fancy. It's just a frame. I got a whole bunch of them for free from someone on Marketplace, and now I've got them. So what we're going to do, excuse me, is we're going to get this ready for framing. So I'm a little bit discombobulated today because on top of being sick, it's also a snow day here where I am. So the kids are at home. So if you hear them or see them helping me out, that's why. And so I don't have everything totally ready, but again, this is Crafting Unscripted, so we kind of just have to fly by the seat of our pants. So now this has been done for a bit of time, and I'm not gonna lie, this is from the dollar store, so it's not the greatest quality. So some of these beads are falling off, and I've been going through just before this started and fixing a bunch. So if you see one, oh, there's one right there that fell off. I was looking for that one. There's a bunch that are missing, and honestly, I'm at the point now in this activity that pretty much any bead color that I can find to fill in the hole is what's going in there because I don't feel like looking for new ones. So if you happen to look at my gray hair and see through it and see any that are missing spots, please let me know because I will probably have to fix them. So, but until then, we're just going to keep moving along. So the first thing that I need to do, I'm going to trim the edges off of this because we don't need all this nonsense around here. And I don't have a outline on my mat to cover that sort of space. And I guess I could try cutting one of them. I've got about 1,000 of them to work with, but for now we're just going to do it the way that I've been doing all my other ones, and it involves a paper cutter, a scissors, some scissors, a ruler, and a knife. So let me grab those items, and I'm going to have some tea first. And I apologize if I'm kind of weird on my screen. I'm standing today instead of sitting because this is a standing craft. So let's grab our tools here. I need tape. I need a ruler. Sorry, my stuff is all over the place. Everything's got a spot, but not everything is in the camera when I have those spots. And we got this. And I'm just gonna take my sweater off because the tea may be overheating me. So I want to quickly just do something here because now you guys have got me thinking. I've got these like matte things, right? And that won't fit in there. I have to cut this out more, but I have a bunch of these. So I wonder if I want to risk cutting one of these up to have it fit. I don't know. Seems pretty. Well, let's give it a shot. Let's see what we can do here. I'm gonna make some lines with some pencils because this is a nice matte frame. I had a pencil somewhere. There it is. So we're gonna do this. I've got a bunch of these mats, so if I ruin one, it's not the end of the world. I'm gonna go here and here, just a little bit off the edges. And what is that exactly? 2.5 centimeters on this side. So we're just going to mark this off here. And we're going to mark this off here. Now this is the back side that I'm working on so that it will be hidden from sight. Let me just do a double check on this side. This is 2.5 as well. And I'm metric, so these are metric sizes. Oh, it's about 2.5. We'll move that over to 2.5 right there. And drop on the back side of this and see how this works. Now, I just want to frame this because it's got to go on a wall somewhere. We can't have art just floating around in my workstation because that's what my art is for. My art can stick around in the workstation and never get finished. But my kids' art's got to go up on the walls, at least, whoops, at least temporarily while they still let me do that, because once they get older, that'll be a different story. But for now, they still want me to put their stuff up on the wall, and I'm going to take advantage of that. So I'm marking off this side here. Let's see if I can make this work. I'm starting to question my abilities on this because I've got, whoa, that's a terrible line. That's not going to cut nicely at all. Okay, so 2.5 here. What do we got here? This is totally not. It's not straight on here, is it? Oh, it doesn't look straight. Let me just measure this. We got about 2.5 here. Oh, it's about 2.5 there. All right. More than 2.5 there. About. All right, it's okay. We do 2.5 again around the sides. Right, this is the same size as this. Yeah, so we're gonna do 2.5 again on these sides, and we're gonna see if I can make something happen out of this. If not, we're just gonna give this the old heave-ho and toss it. But I'd like it to look nice. The last one that I did had a bit of a different frame because she wanted, I had a wooden looking frame, and my daughter wanted that one instead. And that looked really nice, but it had a different layout than this one. So it was done a little bit differently. Okay, so let's see if we can make this work because I'm a little bit skeptical of my slicing abilities in a few moments, but have no fear. I have a lot of these mats, so we're good. Okay, we're gonna move this out of the way because the last thing I want to do is cut this. Now, if you work with bead art at all, give me a thumbs up. Oh, I forgot to mention, I currently have 995 subscribers to my channel, so hopefully if you are watching this and you're not subscribing yet, please give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000. I didn't meet that goal last year, so I'm really close. So I just need 5 more people, so 5. So if you can help me out, subscribe with the little subscribe button down below so that we can make sure we get those done. So please do that, and I'm going to find a knife here to cut this. Now, I'm just going to show you here. These mats have like these nice beveled edges. That's not going to happen with my project here. I'm going to just try to go straight down because that's what I can do. One day when I become like a master framer, that's funny, then maybe I'll be able to like get beveled edges on this stuff. But for now, we're just going to try and make a straight line here without having too much slipping and sliding. Now, my feel of my knife is pretty dull, so I'm going to go through this a few times. And I'm going to try not to move anything because if I move it, I'm never going to get that spot again. Alright. Nope. Not enough. Perfect. So I'm going to have to go like 5 times through this. This project might be a total wash today, folks. But good thing this is unscripted, and that's the whole idea about these crafts with me. So you get to watch me suffer through this. But the good thing is, if all goes well, or not well, let's see how it works, my daughter will have a framed picture at some point. Well, we're getting closer. We've got maybe 2 more slices to do there. So I'm sure there's a better tool for this. I don't have one. Pizza cutter, maybe? But I've gone far enough now that just holding the ruler in place is enough to keep my line straight. I don't have to like really worry too much about getting the right stuff. Now underneath here I've got a self-healing mat, so once I eventually get through here, we're almost there. You can see that kind of line right there. Once I eventually get through this and I start to cut my table, I don't have to worry because my self-healing mat will take the brunt of the damage, and somehow I'm supposed to be able to fix it. Never had any issues with it, so it's always kind of just pulled itself together, and excuse me, I've managed to rub it back to place. Sometimes when I use it to cut my sewing fabric, when I'm sewing and I got my fabrics. All right, we got through there. Perfect. One cut done. Took us 10 minutes, but we're there. We'll get there, don't worry. This one will be a little bit better, hopefully. Just gonna put a little bit more elbow grease into it, and hopefully this will work better. That line is less straight. I can see my ruler moved, but that's all right. We're just gonna put a lot more force into this, and hopefully this won't take 37 runs through the system here. Maybe one or two more. And don't forget, this is the back side that we're doing here. So hopefully all these lines and marks that I've made on them will just not get in the way later. All right, that's done. That made it through there too. Oh, not all the way through. All right, let's try one more cut at the beginning here. All right, perfect. Another hole there. Okay, so we're getting there a little bit. Let's see what this looks like. I'm not holding my breath, but on the bright side, it's for my kids, and they love my work no matter how good or bad it turns out. So we got that going for me as well. So I'm gonna try this one here. Now I'm gonna try not to mess up the corner because that would kind of suck, but again, kids won't notice the difference. They won't notice that it's not totally 100% perfect. I will, but if I put it in my daughter's room, I won't have to look at it every day. Sorry, that was mean, but she'll love it, I'll love it, and we're all learning from this, right? Because it's Katherine learns stuff, not Katherine knows stuff, because let's not be cocky. We're just learning stuff here. All right, this side not cutting as nicely as the second one, but we'll get there. So, does anyone else have snow outside? We have like, and we didn't even get a lot of snow. We got like, I don't know, I'd say maybe a centimeter, maybe, so not even like half an inch. And, but we got freezing rain afterwards, and that messes up the roads nicely, and we don't want to drive in that. All right, what am I doing here? I gotta do this somehow differently because I gotta go this way without cutting my hand, folks. What am I even doing? What am I doing here? All right, let's try this. One time through. Please don't cut my fingers off. Did not work. You cannot work backwards. I'm sorry if this is a bad angle for everyone. That's terrible. Well, it's gonna look like poop. Oh well. We're doing the best that we can. I'm not a framer, and this is my first time trying it this way. And honestly, I blame you guys for putting this idea in my head, because I was just gonna do it the old way that I normally do, where I just cut it up, put some paper behind it, and stick it on. So this is not my fault. Totally not my fault. I blame you guys. No, I'm joking. This is on me. You guys didn't know I had all these extra supplies floating around. But if you're a crafter like me, okay, that's coming through. Let's fix this up here. If you're a crafter like me, you will have random things everywhere, and it's just the way that it is. All right. Progress. Oh, that didn't look very nice, but oh well. One more side. This is harder than I had hoped it would be, but whatever. We'll see how this turns out. The end product will be awesome. because it's for my daughter, and she will love it, and you guys will love it, and everybody will be happy. And that is totally off where it's supposed to be, but hopefully I've got enough space on my sides of my drawing there to fit in here nicely. Wow, this is a lot of cutting. I need to get some sharper blades next time. But I don't use my knives very often because I have other machines. And you might ask, why didn't I put this through my Cricut? It's a very good question. Reason is, I would have to make sure that this cuts in the exact spot, and it won't. Getting it to start cutting off the side properly depends on the mood, the weather, the day, the the internet, whatever is happening there as well, because my Cricut will not always cut in the same spot, and getting it to cut off the side of a piece of paper from an edge doesn't always work. So that's not all the way through yet, but we're just going to keep moving here in the hopes of finishing this project one day. I feel like as I'm doing this, I'm getting weaker. Okay, we got through there. Let's do a few more slices here. Okay, now we just gotta do these corner bits. And if you were a corner and you didn't want to cooperate, this is how you would do it. Now, I want to knock on wood, everybody. I haven't cut myself yet. And I don't want to jinx it. Maybe I already just did, but I want to make sure that we're not jinxing or cutting. How is this? Okay, one corner done. 3 to go. And we're only 15 minutes in, so we're not too bad. That first cut was the longest, and now the rest of them maybe not too bad. And then we just got to do these corners here. Now, if this works, aside from the fact that it took me way longer to cut this little board than I was hoping it would, it might actually look nicer in the picture frame than the previous ones that I've done. So, come on, snip off. Okay, all right. 2 more corners. Oh, I forgot to turn the furnace off, and now the furnace is in the background, so I apologize for the humming that you will now start to hear. But in my defense, the kids do need to have heat on when it's cold outside, so sorry. Sorry you get the hum today. Normally I turn that off before I start recording my live sessions, and then I forget to turn it on. And my husband comes home, and then he gets questions why it's so cold in the house. And then everyone walks around in sweaters and complains that it's so cold, and then we remember, oh yes, Mom was on live and she forgot to turn the heat back on. All right, woo! Got I'm not sure what I'll do with that piece, but we'll keep that. Because I'm a crafter and we keep everything. And now we've got this. Now, for the true test, will this actually fit into here? A little bit off, but that's okay. We can tape it into place. Not too bad. So, all right, I'm just gonna fix this little piece here with maybe some scissors. There's my scissors right in front of me. So we're just gonna cut this little bit here. Maybe, if it works. Nope. Not working. Okay. So now we're going to tape this baby on here somehow. Don't have much space around the edge. No. Alright. I'm going to have to just snip a bit of this off so that I can actually tape this on here, because I need to have some space on the back for my tape to hold. Now I know tape is probably not the framing tool of choice for professional framers, but we're not professionals here. We're totally amateurs. We're just trying to make this work. And hopefully we can have it not too shabby. So I want to make sure I've got a little bit of extra space here on the sides so that it will hide in the white. It's the background there, and so I've got some space for the tape to attach to on the back side. Fancy cutting job, absolutely not straight. All right, get rid of that. Okay, so make sure we put this the right side up, because we want to make sure that the pencil marks are not showing. Okay, that's kind of how I want this to sit. So we're going to apply tape on the back side here, like so. And like so. Hopefully this is showing on the camera. I apologize for my arm being in the way. That's not sticking properly. Okay, and we'll do the same thing up top, and then later we'll do the sides. But this is just to hold this in place while we get everything lined up. Now, bottom is a little bit low, but that's alright. And we're just gonna put you like so. Nope. I want you a little bit off to the side here. Alright, now flip you over. And like a true artist, we're just going to tape the bejesus out of this to hold this in place. That's too far off the side. Okay, let's take a look. That's holding nicely there where it belongs. Folks, we might have actually successfully done a decent job, except there's a purple thing here that fell off somewhere. Oh, purple little piece, where do you belong? Can I find you quickly, or are you going to be a nuisance later on? I can't see it. Oh, well, you're going to go right here. I don't know if that's where you belong, but that's where you're going. Oh, and there's another one missing there. What is happening here? Let's get this green one. Now, I know you're not supposed to use your fingers for this, but I'm just trying to make it to the final stages of this assembly here. Okay. You guys stick on there. We're going to do a few more pieces of tape back here. How do I have another one on my hand? Okay. So I lost a red one down here. It goes right there. Alright, hopefully that's the last one. Excuse me. So, mostly sitting in here. Let me turn this sideways so that you can have a better view of this. Sorry about that. And there you can see it. Just need to fix this little bit right here. It's not sticking perfectly here. Okay. Where did my frame go? There we go. All right. Now for the frame. I always like to leave this little piece of paper inside for extra thickness. This can go to my pile of those that I have all over the place. And bam, drop this in. Okay, not drop this in because it's not sticking, getting in there. Got stuck in one of these little ledges. Oh, come on. Everywhere they're just. All these little tabs like to stick when they're not supposed to. All right. Which way is up? This way is up. All right. Folks, we may be successfully completing this project, and there might be 5 minutes to spare. So I'm just going to put all these little tabbies down. Try not to break my freshly trimmed nails so I can actually function this week. And let's do a quick perfect. Now you're not going to be able to see that because of the glare of the lights. Let's see if I can get a good. Well, that's the best that you're going to see. So there we did it. I'm going to change angles here because that's going to be hard for everyone to see while I'll go blind. So there we did it. We successfully framed our bead art today. That was, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out here at the side. Let's see if I can show you with it. Like, it's got a nice white edge on it now, so that's nice because normally I have to like tape it onto paper and it doesn't always turn out perfect. So I think it's pretty good for my first time cutting this out. It'd be cool if I'd learned how to make those bevels, but you know, and if I could measure a bit better because the paper is not totally fitting in there perfectly, but that's okay. We'll survive. So, important things. Please subscribe. I need 5 more people to get to my list so that we can have 1,000 subscribers. So please, 5 more subscribers if you can. Also, oh, I forgot to show you. I made this cool thing. This is a little love coupon book. I made this. Let me change the angle here to this so maybe I can show it to you better. I'll move this out of the way now. Valentine's is obviously on the way, so this is a little love coupon book. Maybe this isn't a better angle. And so it's a whole bunch of little coupons that you can give to your significant other and like, you know, have like a bunch of romantic evenings or whatever. So this file is available for sale at my shop. I left the link for it below in the description of the video. So if you want to take a peek at this, it's already PDF'd. All you need to do is print it and cut it. No cutting machine required, just like a printer, and then you print it, cut it, it's all size and everything. And I recommend you use like cardstock, so 60-pound or something around there, or you can just print it on regular printer paper too, and that works. So if you want that, it's available at my shop. Link is in the description below. Please subscribe, 5 more subscribers. And I think that's it for today. So thank you so much for coming, and I think that's all we got for today. Okay, happy crafting.